All right, it is now time to ask the expert. There is so much nutrition information, and sometimes it is extremely confusing.
In honor of National Nutrition Month, we're going to sort through common nutrition myths and facts. Registered dietitian Lori Meyer joins us live this afternoon. So the first one, myth or fact, or are you going to ask?
Whatever you want me to ask it. The first one is eggs increase heart disease and should be avoided. Is that a myth or is that a fact?
I think that's a myth because eggs are good for you.
High cholesterol. I'm going to say a myth.
You're right. It is a myth. It's what we used to think, and for many, many years, eggs were so maligned because there was some bad data that thought that eggs really were increasing cholesterol and causing heart disease. In fact, they now have concluded that cholesterol in the diet does not really raise our blood cholesterol and really doesn't affect heart disease risk at all. And the new dietary guidelines that are going to be released later this year, they're going to emphasize that cholesterol really is not the problem. We should eat eggs. They have a lot of nutrients, at least 13 vitamins and minerals that you get in an egg. So you can eat eggs. 2 a day shows absolutely no impact at all whatsoever. The only people who might need to be concerned, type 1 diabetics, have a little bit more difficulty processing the cholesterol.
Okay. All right. What about your next question?
The next question is, I have some eggs here, and I have different colored eggs. Brown eggs are more nutritious than white eggs. Is that a myth or is that a fact?
Oh man, I'm not good at this. I'm going to say it's a myth.
I cheated. It's a myth.
It's a myth. Oh! Right. But you know what? So many people, they'll reach for the brown egg because they think that it's healthier. I mean, it's not. We're so used to the white eggs. It all depends on the color feathers of the chicken.
Really?
A chicken with white feathers, white eggs, and red feathers, brown eggs. And then those blue eggs, they're kind of a cross between. They could be speckled. They could be different color birds, but they usually have different kind of feathers.
I never knew that.
So, but they're
means
nutritionally
nothing about what's inside.
They're the same.
Okay.
The same.
That's so funny because my mom's always like, I like brown, but
brown
eggs better.
Do they taste better?
Yeah, she thinks they taste better.
Okay, next. Fish has more omega-3 fats than flaxseed. Is that a myth or a fact?
I'm going to say fish has more.
Yes, true. It's a fact.
We're doing good.
It's a fact. You guys are on it.
Okay.
You know, we look for omega-3 fats, those EPA, DHA, these are the long-chain fatty acids. Flaxseed has something called conjugate or alpha-linoleic acid. The body has to convert alpha-linoleic acid into these EPA, DHA. The conversion's very low. So you'd have to eat mountains of flaxseed in order to get the same amount in a piece of fish.
But it's still a good supplement.
It's still good, and it still has fiber. It has lignans in it. There's still good things in flax. But when it comes to omega-3, if you're really trying to up them, you're really not going to do well with the flax. Okay, I have another. To lose weight, it's best to eat low-fat cheese rather than full-fat cheese.
Depends on how much you eat.
I guess I'm going to say fact because that's what I would think.
Myth.
That's the myth. That's the one you got wrong, and that's what a lot of people do. I mean, in common sense, okay, I'm going to cut calories, I'm going to lose more weight. What research is actually finding, the fat in dairy actually helps with weight loss.
Interesting.
There's special fatty acids, conjugated linoleic acid, in the full-fat dairy. When you remove the fat, you don't get those fatty
That means
acids.
I should probably take a piece of that.
That's absolutely right.
I mean,
and if you can get grass-fed cheese, even better, because you get even more of these fatty acids in the grass-fed cheese.
I want you to get through most of these, and we're getting the wrap-up. So which one do you think is probably the best one?
Well, red meat.
Okay.
Red meat does not promote heart disease or diabetes. Is that a myth or a fact?
Myth.
Fact.
It is fact. You know what? We've been again, we're kind of brainwashed. We can't eat any red meat. When you really look at the data, you tease out processed red meat versus unprocessed red meat. It's the processed red meat that tends to increase heart disease, diabetes, cancer. The unprocessed, and again, especially if it's grass-fed, we actually see lower levels of these. Okay. So it's actually a pretty good thing.
Can you talk just quickly about the caffeine?
Okay, caffeinated beverages cause dehydration.
True. That's true.
That's a myth.
Oh, I've been told that before.
Well, we've all been told this, but what it really boils down to is if your body is used to drinking caffeine, you are going to be hydrated from it. If you're not used to drinking it, you might initially get some dehydration, but over the long haul, it's still going to be a fluid, and you can still use that to hydrate. The only thing that does dehydrate you, alcohol. Okay. So you can't use the beer or the alcohol to rehydrate. But a little coffee or tea actually could be good for you.
Okay. Well, got a question for our experts? Email them at asktheexpert@todaystmj4.com. You can also leave a voicemail, the number right there on your screen. We'll be right back.